Greetings ladies and gentlemen, and we are back again with another The Owl House video. And what more is there to say? The title says it all. After years! Okay, maybe not years. After like 3 weeks of analyzing, we finally come to the solution of the mystery codes. And before I go any further, I must give full and total credit to 3 different people. Number 1 is once again Premier Veritier for emailing me about this incredible finding. A YouTuber that goes by the name of Rose's Universe for making a video explanation about it, and Anistar Rose from Tumblr for posting the extremely detailed decoding. But I definitely can't stress enough to watch Rose's Universe's video on the matter for a full comprehension. So now that I brought those significant points to your attention, I believe it's time that we begin the video, shall we? First off, despite my recent disclaimers, I just have one more, and it's that I totally was planning on deciphering all of this much sooner, but it's no biggie. Anyways, let's begin with episode 3 of The Owl House. Within this episode, there is a moment where one of the codes will appear, but also in the same scene, the symbols on the chalkboard also reveal even more symbols, but this time translating them. And this placement of its location was the perfect setup considering how this is a classroom. Other examples of translations are within the library from episode 8 Lost in Language, where right before leading inside of Amity's secret hideout, we're greeted with a code and the words ancient text. The next one is where I first began decoding the messages for myself and realized that the show was dropping hints, and so I edited my very own chart, which was all mainly in episode 5 Convention right beside the other code. It used the phrase history coven. And boy oh boy was I happy to find out what this phrase from out of the 6th episode was displaying. I just knew that it had something to do with the word magic. So, are you ready? Well, once translated, the phrase says lunar magic. Yeah. I was honestly ticked off at myself for not figuring that out before deciphering the darn thing. As a result, surely we're ready to fully decode the other special codes presented to us throughout the series thus far, correct? Well, not exactly. Apparently, once you've figured out how to translate these letters accurately, you must also at times use simple vowels to hear the word. Let me explain. For example, this code is spelling out the word 2, but not number 2, even though that is what's intentional. The next one derives from episode 8 with the symbols this time spelling the word hearts, H-A-R-T-S, instead of the full word hearts, H-E-A-R-T-S. How do we know? Well, I thought you'd never ask. Let's combine all of these phrases once decoded to get this. 2 witches torn apart, now alone, 2 hearts of stone. That is mighty interesting. Now, of course, this is what it looks like once the words have been switched to normal spelling. So now what? Well, first off, we are only halfway through the season, so most likely we're only half done with the complete phrase, but we can still take a crack at it. Just coming from this statement, we can definitely determine that this is more than likely talking about Ida and her sister Lilith. Evidence of this are the parallel but noticeable similarities to Gravity Falls that this show does indeed have. I for one don't believe it's a coincidence. And one of the main plot devices within Gravity Falls is the destruction of siblinghood between both of the Pines twins, but most notably the original Pines twins between Stanley and Stanford. Witnessing the same course of events take place in this show as well is a strong possibility. And already we have had multiple instances between the duo where there were obviously some quarrels. The line 2 witches torn apart now alone is most likely referring to just how separate they are now as opposed to how close they were in the past. Examples like them both wanting to become a part of the Emperor's Coven, and also evidence of Ida protecting Lilith from bullies in the school. The second part saying 2 hearts of stone could indicate just how cold the 2 of them can be, possibly implying to how they can be this way towards one another and or potentially others in general. Now, I understand that I've mentioned this a lot, but it needs to be said again. I really can't wait to see how Ida's past was with her family as a whole, including her parents. Admittedly, we haven't fully deciphered what each and every single letter symbol is, but this, my friends, is progress. Well, ladies and gents, I hope you all found this especially interesting. I for one did, and I'm still on the lookout for any show updates. However, we still got DuckTales, and hopefully Amphibia will be back in about 2 months or so. This has been once again your boy The Next Big Thing with a huge update, and I will catch ya all in the next one. Peace!